welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's story time. Before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed, give this video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment down below. I'm in a really good mood because I just recorded my first membership video. Of course y'all gonna see this first, but it was some tea. I gave y'all some tea, some juicy tea. I'm excited. Okay, that don't got nothing to do with this story time. This is juicy tea too. So this is the time that, okay, hold on. So I'm gonna link it somewhere up here. If you saw the video that's titled Surviving Melinda, where I literally gave explicit detail about how when I was with Devin, we had like a stalker, this girl that he messed with when we broke up and like all of this shit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please click on that video, go watch that, and then come back to this because it's not gonna make sense. It's not gonna make sense at all. So go watch that, come back to this. If you did already see that, something that I left out a few details just because like that video was super long, and if I pinpointed like every single thing that happened, I would have to turn it into a part series. I didn't want to do that, or the video was going to be like 2 hours long. Didn't want to do that. So this is just a specific incident that happened that I left out just because like it wouldn't even be like a mini story time in the story time. This got to be its own story time because a lot tied into it. So of course the girl's name is Melinda. That's what we call her. Something that I left out, a big part that I left out in that story was Melinda started going to the same church as me and Devin, which was kind of like, I want to say like it's weird, but that church, it was so many people from our school, especially like black people from our university who went to this church. You could say it's weird, but it also could just be like a coincidence because we see a lot of people that we know from our school that goes to this church, right? It was just the timing of everything. Like we had been going there for some time and then she just showed up and this started coming. Like it was odd to me. I'm not thinking it's a coincidence. I'm thinking it's weird, but from the outside looking in, you could just say like, oh, like that's not a big deal. Y'all just go to the same church, right? So, this was around the time that I had changed my number. And remember I told y'all in that story time, I was getting phone calls and texts because I had my old number for a really long time. Like probably since I was like I want to say like a freshman or a sophomore in high school. I had that number for some time. So needless to say, a lot of people had that number. And it was really accessible too. So this was around the time that I changed my number. So like I told y'all in that story time, after I changed my number, I was no longer getting harassing phone calls or no caller IDs or like people texting me off like fake numbers or nothing, which to me, like that's all the more reason for y'all to see that it was literally her because she had access to my number because I like messaged her like off my real number before like I gave her my number. That was before like I knew, or I don't want to say knew, allegedly this, like I found out it was her, thought it was her. So, and mind you, whenever she had my real number and this fake person, this imaginary third person had my number too, nobody was ever hitting me up on social media, like ever at all. And my social media had been my social media for like the longest time. I never changed my social media, even like still to this day. The only thing I changed was like my name, but it's still the same account. So after I changed my number, I then started getting DMs from fake pages, which never happened before. So if you put 2 and 2 together, like, yeah. So Devin's sister at the time, she started coming like to our church. She started like visiting like more often, and then she just started like going there like with us. So she has a business page. I'm not gonna say like what she does or anything like that. She has a business page, and linked to her business page is a business phone number. It's a Google Voice number, but still it's her business phone number. It's not her personal number. Everybody who goes to that church knows that that's Devin's sister, and I'm with Devin, right? one day she hits me up, she calls me, and she was like, when the last time you heard from that girl? So I'm like who you talking about? So she's like, Melinda. So I'm like, I haven't heard anything from her. I don't want to hear anything from her. Like, why you ask? So she's like, I gotta send you something. So whoever this person was, had messaged Devin's sister and was basically like, can you get a message to Lauren for me? Because at this point, I was getting like DMs and stuff on social media, but I wouldn't even open them shits no more. They would either like go to my filtered request, or I just would look at them like on my my notification bar. Like I wouldn't open the message. Like I never wanted to be like seen at the bottom. I would just delete it. They weren't getting reactions out of me. They weren't getting responses out of me. No, nothing, right? So I guess they were like, well, shit, since we not getting a response out of her, we just gonna go to her sister-in-law. So they messaged her and they was basically like, can you get a message to Lauren for me or whatever. And at this time, Devin's sister, she knew like a little bit about like what was going on, but she didn't know like, well, no, I'm lying. She did know in full detail actually at this point who this girl was, what happened in XYZ, and how she's been like harassing us and stalking us and like all of this shit. She did know at this time. So now she has an uneasy feeling because she's like, I don't want to be in it, and how did this girl like get my number? Because what happened was she messaged her, like she hit her up on her business number, and then she somehow got her real number. I don't even know how that was possible. I don't even know, but like that just gave her, like as in like my sister-in-law, that just gave her like a uneasy feeling. So we're on the phone and I'm talking to her and I'm just like, of course she's gonna deny it. She's gonna say it's not her. Because like I told y'all in the initial story time, she was saying, she as in Melinda was saying that she was getting like harassing messages and shit like that too, which you have to be some type of psychotic, twisted individual to sit there and literally have a full-blown conversation with yourself, literally with yourself, to make it seem like you're a victim of the same harassment that I am. Like literally, you downloaded an app and you're texting yourself. Literally. If you've seen the first story time, you would know like it was just too many coincidences. Like there's no way that this is not you. There's no way. So now my sister-in-law has an uneasy feeling. So at this point, I'm just like, what does she have like to say to me? I don't have anything to say to this girl like at all. Like I don't know what you want from me. So I remember her and my other sister-in-law, they were trying to do like a deep dive on this girl, and like there's nothing about this girl that you could tell me that like I don't already know, because I wanted to get my facts together, and I'm making a paper trail for when I need to go to the police. Mind you, we had been to the police like multiple times. They can't do anything. It was always, oh well, she's not a viable threat to your life because she's not like, it's like saying like, oh I want to like unalive you, or she didn't like physically assault me or anything. It was like, this bitch went to school for criminal justice and she knew exactly how to play with the law. Like she knew exactly like what she could get away with, like just enough to get away with to where like it's creepy, but it's not unlawful. Like it's not criminal activity. So I remember her and my other sister-in-law, they were just doing a deep dive. They were like telling me all of these things, and I was telling them like, y'all, we already know all of this stuff about her. Like y'all not telling me no new information. I just don't want to go back down this rabbit hole with this girl, because at this point it was still very much affecting my relationship. And it's like, who wants to think about their man being with some, like, it's like every time her name was like brought up, I would just always think about like Devin messing with her, like Devin doing stuff with her. Like I don't want to keep thinking about that. I don't want to keep going through those slew of emotions. Like I'm trying to like move past this, and this is just knocking us back down to like square one when we have taken like 10 steps forward. So I didn't want to do that, and of course it did go that way because I was just triggered all over again. And it was just like, that was like one of the toughest things that I say like we had to deal with in our relationship, and it messed with our relationship so much, because it was like this bitch just always find a way to like pop back up. So anyways, now at this point, because I don't like for people to be in my business for real, especially not family. Like, that's a big no-no to me. Don't put family in like your relationship stuff. Not saying like this directly was anything that like was done in our relationship, but you know, like it still has to do with our relationship. And I don't like when family especially gets involved in relationship drama. I don't like it. So at this point, because now Devin's parents have also started coming to our church too. Everybody goes to our church. So now at this point, Devin's mom is in it. And just because like she's a very curious woman, and she's nosy, and she just always wants to be in the loop about stuff. So unfortunately, I had to tell her like exactly like who this girl was, how she came about, like what was going on, what's been going on, and I didn't like that. So she had the bright idea, her and Devin's sister actually, which tell me if this was some nut shit to y'all, or if like y'all agree. They had this bright idea that I should confront this girl at church. I'm not joking. Literally, confront her at church. I didn't want to do it. I did not want to do it. And I really feel like I was peer pressured into doing it. Like, I'm not easily influenced to do things that I don't want to do, but I felt like they would not let it go, and they would not drop it until I said I agreed to do it. So I agreed to do it at church. I literally wish I was lying. So that Sunday comes, we all go to church. I'm about to literally shit bricks. I don't want to confront this girl. I don't want to see this girl. I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to look at her. Not nothing. So we're sitting like front row, listening to the message, and I'm just like hoping like time just keep dragging on slowly. That was like the quickest service we have ever been in. So after church, me, Devin, and Devin's mom and Devin's sister are standing by her car. So she's like, you ready? Like, you ready to do this? Like, you ready? So I'm just like, I guess, like, whatever. So my sister-in-law goes and gets Melinda. She walked up to her and she was like, hey, my sister wants to talk to you outside. Like, can you come talk to her, basically? And from what Devin's sister told me, she was just looking like what? Like, talk to her? Like talk to her for what? As if you were not just playing on her phone. Allegedly. I don't have to say allegedly because I'm not using this bitch real name. So, whatever. I'ma still say it, though. Just, but you know what allegedly means. I just got to say that for legal purposes, I guess. But whatever. So she's walking up, and my body language is just very like, I don't want to say like aggressive, but I was like leaned up on the car and like I had my arms folded like this, and I'm just looking at her like, can we bring back shame? Do you have no shame? Like, you are so obsessed with a man and his wife that like there's literally no like end for you. Like, the line will never ever be like it will never be like too much. Like, there's nothing that you can do that'll be like too much for you to where you be like, wow, I took this shit too far. So I remember she walked up looking how she looks, and I'm just rolling my eyes like, I do not want to do this. So I'm not gonna be sweet about it. I'm not gonna be fake nice. I'm literally, so I'm out the gate with it. Have you been texting my sister's phone? Yes or no? So of course the bitch denies it, like she always does, like, you stupid and goofy as she always does. What are you talking about? What? No, I have no reason. So I'm explaining to her like how this is just like a very weird coincidence, how now all of a sudden she's getting harassing messages and stuff after I changed my number, but you don't have my number. So now this mystery person doesn't have my number. So now they don't have a way to get in contact with me. And then I started getting these messages on social media because I changed my number, not social media. But I wasn't getting social media messages when you had access to my number, and so did this third person. So now it's switched, and now you don't have access to my personal number anymore. So now I'm getting stuff on the DMs on Instagram, and now you doing stuff to people that's connected to me, and somebody is telling my sisters to get a message to me because I'm not like, it's just too much. So she's denying it. She denied stuff that like I literally had proof of, like in my, like she tried to gaslight me so much. She literally was acting like, Sean, like, what are you gonna believe? Me, the words that are coming out of my mouth, or the proof that you're showing me, quite literally, to my face? Like, literally, like, she would say stuff like her friends was in it. Like, at one point, I think I mentioned that in the Storytime, the original one, but her friends was in shit at one point. She literally was like, no, my friends would never. Remember I told y'all she changed her number. I can't remember who changed their number first. I think she changed her number first. I really do not remember. It really just does not matter. But remember how I told y'all when she changed her number, she literally said the only people that have her new number, I think she changed her number first. Yeah, she did. She has to. Because remember when the police came and then we had to do the report, and she tried to gaslight the police officer because she said her friends and her family were the only people that had her number. She literally had like maybe like 20 contacts in her phone. So she said, the police officer was telling her like, okay, so how did this note come about with the number? Like, it had to be you or one of your friends. No, my friends would never do that. My friends would never do that. They would never know. My friends would never. So it was, if it's not your friends, then it's you. Because if you're saying nobody has access to your number and you're stingy about who you give your number to, how did your number get out there? How did this mystery person put us in a group chat with your new number? It does not make sense. She was literally standing there denying shit. Literally denying shit. And it's making me so upset. And I'm trying not to cause a scene because we are still at church. And like, I just felt like the devil was just on me. Like, I didn't feel no peace. I didn't feel no comfort. I didn't feel no calmness from this whole scenario, from this whole situation. I just felt agitation and irritation and just anger and annoyance. And like, I did not want to do it. Like, why are you lying? Why? For what? So she's standing there denying it. And I'm just like, basically like, well, if you're going to stand here and like look stupid, like I'm literally saying this out my mouth. If you're gonna stand here and like look stupid like this and just deny it, like you could go. Like, don't stand here and lie to my face because you know that's true. So now I'm like, Devin, ain't X, Y, and Z true? And like, yeah, your man gonna like back you, but like he know that this is facts. Like, he knows like this happened, we got proof of this, we got proof of that. He like, yeah, like stop lying. Like, he just like, bro, like, I don't even know like what you on. Like, we was never together. I was never with you. Like, what is up with this weird obsession? Like, what is really the issue? Like, and I just kept saying that, like, what is really the issue? What is really the issue? What is the issue? So we can like come to the root of the issue so we can get the fuck over it. I'm tired of talking about this girl. I'm tired of being in her face. I'm tired of just dragging on this issue. I'm tired. So at this point, it's getting a little rowdy, because don't come up here and lie to my face like that. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Don't try to gaslight me. I'm the wrong person to gaslight. I was like actively in psychology classes. Don't ever try to gaslight me. Don't do that. Now, this was after we had already graduated, actually. So she's standing there denying it, and she's like, what did she say? She was like, Lauren, we can go to the police department together. Knowing good and God doggone well, I have been to the police department multiple times. I have talked to the police multiple times, and you know that they cannot do anything. You literally know they can't do anything because you're so smart. You're not telling me you're gonna unalive me. You're not telling me you're gonna beat my ass. You're not telling me nothing. You just sending pictures of me walking into my house and watching me walk back and forth into my apartment and just being creepy and weird. I was so annoyed. So at this point, Devin's mom has joined in the conversation. So she's like, hold on, everybody. Let's calm down. Let's take a step back. Hold on. Do y'all know? And please, Devin, please Please chime in the comments so I can pin your comment. Devin's mother literally, bless her heart, literally said, let's all hold hands, stand in a circle, and pray. So what did we do? We stood there and we held hands. I held this bitch's hand and she prayed. I literally wish that this was a fever dream. I literally wish that I was lucid dreaming. Literally. I'm not making this up. Devin, please, please, please vouch. Please say something in the comments. So after that, nothing was solved at all. I feel like maybe Devin's sister did not keep getting like messages or whatever, and the girl, like Melinda, she walked away from the conversation. I was just so over it. I'm just like, I don't want to talk to you. You're not going to admit to anything. Of course you're not going to admit to anything. I don't even know like what y'all wanted me to confront her for, because I knew how this was going to go. She's never going to admit anything. Literally never. So do y'all know, after we had that conversation, she went back and she told our pastor, she literally told our pastor that I confronted her at church. So our pastor wanted to have a sit down talk with us. Like me, Deb, and her, and the pastor and like a deacon or something. So it's like you trying to go around and like paint this ugly narrative of me, and like your hands are like so clean, and like I don't know why she keeps wanting to like, I don't know why she wants to like, but like really? Like, do you know we both, like, I'm just literally so confused. Literally, I'm so confused. And for somebody to claim that they don't care, like, you were in love with that man. That's what it was. You was in love with that man, and you thought y'all, like, you had a crush on him, and then he got a girlfriend, and then you thought it was your time to shine when we broke up, and then he came back to me, so you was salty about it, and you was never gonna let that go. It was like a dig, like a gut punch to your ego, because you thought you had the nigga. You thought humping him and buying him shit and trying to do all of this extravagant shit was gonna really make him like lock in. No, if a nigga don't want you, he don't want you. And I stand on that. It don't matter how good you do nothing. It don't matter how you look, how much tricking you do. It don't matter. If he don't want you, he don't want you. Literally. That's just a harsh truth. I had to take a couple on the chin with me. Like, what you mean you don't want me? I'm me. If a nigga don't want you, he don't want you. And she could never, ever let that go. So she tried to make my life a living fucking hell. Literally. That's what that was. Literally. So, yeah, after that, we never had the meeting with our pastor. Nothing. I don't know what happened. She was allegedly supposed to set something up. It just never went through. We did have a talk with somebody else at that church and like explained to him like everything that happened, and me and Devin like just talked to him, and he was like, wow, like that's not like how she was making it seem. I'm like, exactly, she has like a weird victim complex. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I hope it was not white stuff in my mouth this whole time. If it was, oh well. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. I don't think I did. I just had to tell y'all that. I've been wanting to tell y'all that like for a long time actually. I should have just made that like another story time like after I told the original one, but yeah. After that, we was still getting harassed for a really long time. Literally up until, remember I told y'all like up until what, like 2022 when she got a boyfriend, and literally up until that, like, I didn't hear anything after that. 2022, last year, I remember this was like the summertime, like June or July. Her boyfriend, I don't know if they still together now, I could really give a fuck. Her boyfriend followed me and liked all of my pictures on Instagram. Like, when will this end? Like, do y'all not have shame? Why are y'all so obsessed with me? I literally don't do anything to anybody. I don't bother y'all. I don't speak on y'all. I don't think about y'all. Nothing. It's just like, y'all are weird. So now you've brought your sick, twisted boyfriend into this fantasy. Like, I really think, like, low-key, she wanted me. Like, you want to eat my coochie or something? Like, you want me. You want me bad. I don't know, like, if her and her boyfriend into, like, some, I don't know what type of freak shit they had going on. I'm not going for none of that, though. Don't try to recruit me into no shit. We don't do, no. Hell no. I'm not, nah. I'm straight. I'm good. No. It was just very weird. Like, I'm just like, ew. I, like, immediately, like, blocked him. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But as of today, as of right now, as of current time, I don't know what that girl got going on. I'm so glad that she left me alone. She left Devin alone. Like, just move on with your life. It's okay to take a L. It's okay. We all, like, I take L, sis. And I'm pretty. So I know all the L's that you like. It's okay. It's all right. It's literally okay. I used to didn't know how to take. I'm not going to go harass somebody, though, because I don't know how to take a fucking L. But, like, yeah, man. That was the end of that. I'm so sorry that this video was kind of short. I know y'all like long story times. Every story time can't be long, y'all. Every story time can't be 45, 50 minutes. I be trying to, like, drag out my talking too. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Just think of it like a TV show. Like, TV shows only be like about 30 minutes before commercial breaks. Whatever. I'm finna start rambling. Thank you so much if you made it to the end of the video. I love you. I appreciate you, but you already knew that. Before you click off, make sure you are subscribed. Absolutely. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Turn on your post bell notifications, because today is Tuesday when I'm recording. I normally record on Wednesday, so y'all might get this tomorrow morning instead of Thursday morning. I don't know. I was just in the mood to record and talk to y'all, so that's why them post bell notifications need to be turned on, and you just gonna be a day late. I'm cool with you being a day late as long as you watch it, but yeah, I think that's all. Did y'all just hear my stomach? I don't think my mic is that strong to pick up that. My stomach just grumbled really bad. I keep saying, I really don't have nothing else to say. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all next week for a brand new story time. Enjoy y'all weekend. Be safe. I love ya. And